So Doug Peterson kind of made it a little clear, and I don't know how this is really going to go, but the starting wide receivers to the Philadelphia Eagles now, Jalen Reagor is out with a little bit of a shoulder tear. He could be coming back after week 1, don't really know, but the rehab is going well with him. Now what leaves that is they probably will bring Deontay Burnett up to the active roster by game time just to have another receiver, which is great because I wanted him to be here anyway. But Doug mentioned kind of the starting lineup for Sunday against the Washington football team, and he mentioned 2 names in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Greg Ward. Obviously, Deshaun Jackson will be on the other side, okay? But the one name he didn't really mention too much was John Hightower. He did say that John Hightower has had a pretty good camp, kind of like, he's not going to start, but he's going to sit there in case he does have to go in. I really hope that John Hightower does get some reps. I honestly want to see J.J. Arcega-Whiteside really do a good job this year. I want to see him be in that lineup, obviously, because you know what? I think this is a redemption year for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, not only for that front office, but for the Eagles fans as well. After kind of thinking, like, why did we draft him? And didn't really work out last year. Now, there was a lot of things going on with J.J. last year with the groin injury. Couldn't go to the bathroom. He was just put all over this offense. Plus, we had Carson Walsh as our wide receiver coach. Mike Rowe is the OC, which he didn't know how to use any players on this roster. Over 10 people on IR. So it was a pretty big mess in 2019. Okay, so with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, you're going to line him up most likely on the outside, be that possession receiver, and see what he's got. I think that's what we really have to find out, what he has in store. Hopefully the chemistry is there between him and Carson Wentz. Now you go to Greg Ward. Greg Ward I wanted to start this year. I wanted Greg Ward to start, and I think I'm going to get my wish, and whoever wished this is going to get their wish. So I think we're all going to be happy in with Greg Ward. Greg Ward, he's not the fastest receiver that we do have, but the guy gets separation. You can get separation as a receiver, you're going to be starting. Okay, and I think he did show that. He showed that with, guys off the street like Robert Davis and Joshua Perkins was a third-string tight end. Just what he was lined up around when we had over 10 on IR, and most of them were starters. So Greg Ward really showed up. This is the kind of thing that we want Nelson Aguilar to do. He really didn't get separation after 17, and before that, he's had more down years than up years. So out of Greg Ward, this is a guy that's been cut off this team twice, went to the AAF, came back after that, kind of, got destroyed, and was a quarterback at the University of Houston in college. So this guy turned to a wide receiver and can play outside, can play inside, and this guy can get separation. I mean, we seen it firsthand. Probably one of the favorite Eagles players at the end of the year last year that we all saw and we love very much. So when it comes down to it, Doug did not mention Hightower too much. He kind of just said, I'm looking for JJ and Greg Ward to step up. And he's like, John Hightower had a good camp. And, I mean, he kind of it sounds like John Hightower is put on the back end, but on the back burner right now. But I honestly don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, it made it – obviously, he's not going to say too much about his lineup because he doesn't want any of the Washington football team, your opponent, to know who you're facing at the time. So when I see these, I see these 3 players right now, I have them playing. I want to see John Hightower in this game regardless. I don't need to see Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the game the whole time, but at least it's going to be Greg Ward and J.J., or it's going to be Greg Ward and John Hightower. Obviously, Deshaun Jackson, like I said, on the other side, so I'm not really mentioning him because we all know he's going to be there. Okay, so I really hope I see John, and I really hope I see Hightower, because Doug just seemed like it was mostly JJ and Greg Ward, and John was just kind of on the back end, really not appreciated too much. I don't know, but I hope John Hightower, he needs to get reps. He needs to get in this game. I really hope they treat these receivers the right way. I hope they throw these guys in the fire. I want to see who's going to produce. This is the perfect game. First game of the season, division rival, Washington football team, ready to go. We're ready to launch. And that's pretty much it. All I'm saying in this video right now is that I need to see John Hightower get reps, as well as Greg Ward, and see what JJ can do. That's it. That's all I want. Because I don't want it to be Greg and JJ the whole game. And you know what? I want to see what John Hightower has in store for us, and has had a fantastic, can't be any more perfect camp than John Hightower has for a guy that has barely any grass time, no rookie minicamp, no 4 preseason games, but 2 scrimmages, and has literally lit up this competition and has faced some great competition on that defense that we do have with Darius Slay, mostly lined up on him. Okay, so I need to see all 3, not just Greg Ward and JJ. I really hope they don't just sideline John the whole game. Even though he's active, I really hope that Hightower gets in this game. I want to see what this kid could do, and I really hope that Doug is just hiding everything from the Washington football team right now, and he's got some good looks coming from all 3 of these wide receivers this week. Can't wait to see this. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all 3 of these receivers. Want to know your starting lineup for the Eagles come this Sunday against the Washington football team. Okay? I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly, fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.